Travel the world with Brandon. Today we explore 5 largest empires in history by land area. Imagine ruling lands so vast that the sun never truly set on your empire. Territories spanning continents. Cultures linked by trade, conquest, and ambition. These weren't just powerful nations, they were empires that reshaped the world itself. Throughout history, many empires rose and fell. But only a handful grew so enormously that they dominated global maps, controlled trade routes across oceans, and influenced civilizations thousands of miles apart. Today, we're counting down the top 5 largest empires in history, ranked primarily by maximum land area at their peak, and exploring how each one changed the course of human history. 5. The Spanish Empire, 13.7 million square kilometers. The Spanish Empire was one of the first truly global empires. Beginning in the late 15th century, Spain rapidly expanded beyond Europe following Christopher Columbus's voyages to the Americas. Within decades, Spanish control stretched across North, Central, and South America, the Caribbean, parts of Africa, and even the Philippines and Asia. At its height, the Spanish Empire connected the Old World and the New World through vast maritime trade networks. Silver from the Americas fueled European economies, while Spanish language, religion, and culture spread across continents. However, this empire established through conquest resulted in significant human costs. Indigenous societies profoundly affected by disease, coerced labor practices, and colonization, consequences that continue to influence present-day communities. Despite its eventual decline, Spain's global reach helped shape the modern world map and created the foundation for today's Spanish-speaking nations. 4. The Qing Dynasty, 14.7 million square kilometers. Ruling from 1644 to 1912, the Qing Dynasty was China's last imperial dynasty, and one of its largest. Under Qing rule, China expanded dramatically. The empire absorbed vast territories including Tibet, Xinjiang, Mongolia, and Taiwan, forming borders that closely resemble modern China today. The Qing presided over centuries of prosperity, overseeing one of the world's largest populations and complex administrative systems. Trade flourished along the Silk Road and through maritime routes, linking China to global commerce. But internal rebellions, corruption, and growing pressure from Western powers eventually weakened the dynasty. The Qing collapse in 1912 marked the end of over 2,000 years of imperial rule in China. Yet its territorial legacy still defines East Asia today. 3. The Russian Empire, 22.8 million square kilometers. At its peak in 1895, the Russian Empire was a land giant. Stretching from Eastern Europe across Siberia, and even reaching Alaska in North America, it was the largest contiguous empire of its time after the Mongols. The expansion eastward, driven by fur trading, military conquest, and settlement, Siberia, often seen as empty wilderness, became central to Russia's imperial identity. Despite its immense size, governing such vast and diverse lands proved difficult. Ethnic tensions, economic inequality, and political unrest eventually culminated in the Russian Revolution of 1917, ending imperial rule. Still, the Russian Empire laid the groundwork for modern Russia and reshaped Eurasian geopolitics for centuries. 2. The Mongol Empire, 24 million square kilometers. The Mongol Empire rose with breathtaking speed. Founded in the early 13th century by Genghis Khan, it became the largest contiguous land empire in human history, stretching from Eastern Europe to East Asia. Mongol armies moved fast, struck hard, and overwhelmed established kingdoms. But the empire wasn't just about destruction. Under Mongol rule, trade flourished along the Silk Road. Ideas, technologies, and cultures traveled freely across Eurasia, linking east and west like never before. Though the empire fractured after Genghis Khan's death, its impact was profound. The Mongols reshaped warfare, commerce, and global connections in ways that still echo today. 1. The British Empire, 35.5 million square kilometers. At its height, the British Empire was the largest empire in history, covering nearly a quarter of the Earth's land surface. Spanning every inhabited continent, Britain controlled territories in North America, Africa, Asia, the Caribbean, Australia, and the Pacific. Famously noted, the sun never set on the British Empire, because somewhere it was always daytime. Naval dominance, industrial power, and global trade fueled British expansion. The empire spread English language, legal systems, and political institutions worldwide. But like all empires, it came at a cost: colonial exploitation, resource extraction, and resistance movements across the globe. After World War II, Britain's empire gradually dissolved, leaving behind independent nations and a lasting global legacy. Honorable mentions. While not ranking among the top 5 by size, several empires remain legendary for their influence. The Roman Empire, which shaped Western law, engineering, and governance. The Achaemenid Persian Empire, one of the first multicultural superpowers. The Ottoman Empire, which bridged Europe, Asia, and Africa for over 600 years. Their impact rivals even the largest empires in history. Empires rise through ambition, power, and innovation, but they all eventually fall. Yet their influence never truly disappears. Borders, languages, trade routes, and cultures today still bear the fingerprints of these massive empires. Which empire do you think left the greatest legacy? And which one would you want to explore in a future video? If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more travel content. Thanks for watching, see you on the next adventure, and keep exploring.